other races, and 9 times out of 10, that's it. Like I said, curiosity and respect. But yeah, I've been married to my wife 25 years. Just built our second home. Just moved into our second home right before Thanksgiving. So we just built our second home here in Salisbury, and 25 years on the job. This coming May, and we're not where I think we can be or should be financially, but we're doing all right. But that's one of the conversations I have with my wife, and even after 25 years, have to have that conversation. Look, I'm not coming home to a fight. I'm not coming home to an argument. You know, if I can't come home to a house of peace, then, you know, the Bible says that it'd be better for a man to live on the corner of a house than to stay in the house with a raging woman. So I'm not coming home to hell. I'm not coming home to an argument. You know, I ain't saying you got to have dinner cooked. I mean, I cook dinner sometimes. We take turns doing things. You know, doing different things, and I think that's what strengthens the relationship when you have that mutual respect. But you're not going to just disavow me as the man, as the head of this household, and want to challenge me. I ain't having it. I don't care what color you are. I ain't having it. But yeah, I was just answering the question why we choose women of other races.
Okay, go ahead, Justin. You can finish what you're saying.
I don't know what happened. I dropped the call, but yeah, I was just saying, you know, and you know, over, as I was saying, you know, 90% plus of, you know, black men are actually married to black women, and while that may not always be what we see, you know, media-wise or otherwise, the thing is, the black woman is the most disrespected person in the entire world. And as black men, I'm not saying, you know, you should be in an abusive relationship, but we have to do a better job as black men of protecting our black women.
Security, exactly.
And I think that's something that's being missed, you know, everywhere. You know, people, and of course, when people feel like, just like me, you know, you feel like, hey, you know, my woman is not treating me this way and not respecting me this way. But the same thing, when she's out there in the world being disrespected, you know, getting paid less than everybody else, she feels the same way. So I think this is a good place, coming together and understanding some of those things, and how, you know, as black people, you know, whether you're in a relationship with a black woman or not, how we can, you know, better help them. And I can say that, you know, like some of y'all, I done been everywhere. You know, prior to, you know, my wife, I've been everywhere else, and just because I could do it, so why not? You know, but when, you know, when I got to college, and, you know, when I met my wife, I knew immediately. I was like, oh, this is my woman. Like, and, you know, for me, it was a total change of how I had been in any other relationship, you know, how I previously treated women. But, again, just coming back to, you know, we, you know, can't leave our black women just out there fending for themselves.
Exactly.
You know, the way the world is. And there's way too much of that going on.
Hey, I agree with you, man. But the question is, why do we?
I think that's you know.
Some men don't value black women. That's what it is.
Right.
Something you're happy with, and then you see another shorty walking by, and then people look at the word settle. They say, oh, I don't want to settle. You do have to settle somewhere. You got to find your balance and say, you know what, I'm happy at this balance, so I'm going to settle right here. I'm going to sit my ass still. So settling isn't always for the worst. Whether you settle for good or bad is on the individual and what they chose. But that's the problem. Like, you know, you get something at home, and if the bills is being paid, and you guys got something good going on, but because the nigga mentality, if you want to say, as soon as there's a shorty go up, you know, you got dudes over here sleeping behind the homeboys, you know, girls, you know, all of this stuff. Yeah. And it's like, you know, where was that respect at? You know what I'm saying? So people just and it's all male and female for black individuals. You're not just looking at the other, but you know, if you're looking at a black woman, though, you got to respect her and stuff. Well, you got to, as a man too, you got to give them something to be respected.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. Yo, that's it right there.
That's real talk right there.
Yeah,
that's straight up real talk. I personally, I mean, I'm raising 4 black women, and it was imperative to me to teach them how to value themselves and not actually look externally for validation. And I think oftentimes, in my experiences, and like many of you here, I've been everywhere. And for me personally, I'll just tell you my personal experience is that I learned something really quick, is that the things that, like a lot of the things that we talked about that are unattractive about some black women, and I say some black women because my grandma black. Come on now. My mama black.
Mm-hmm.
And they ain't nothing
there you
about
go.
them.
That's it.
So
That's it.
it's not all women. It's not all women, but it's some. And I will say this, and I think this is not talked about enough. Just as many hood black women that don't appreciate the nicer things, don't have those things that we may go to another ethnicity for, and I don't think people. I think they go to men go to another ethnicity just to see whether it's different. They realize the same thing I realize. It's just as many hood white women as they are black women.
Yeah.
It's just as many hood Mexican women as there are black women.
Mm-hmm.
Hood is hood. It don't care what color it comes in. And I think my man was mentioning, he said when he went to college, he saw his wife. If his wife had been green, he would have still known that was his woman.
Right.
So I think it doesn't, I think the epiphany or the self-actualization that happens with men is to discover that oftentimes what we think is a characteristical trait of a particular ethnicity is not. It is the environment and who that person chooses to be.
Yeah, that's it.
I think that's the discovery right there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I definitely agree to environment, but I mean, it's kind of like looking at an individual too, and it isn't just all black women when it comes down to this, but it goes to that question: why would she choose this hood nigga over the college dude?
Mm-hmm.
4 kids later, 10 years down the road, now they want old college boy that went and did something with themselves. But we, you know, I'm not gonna say we, but their upbringing or whatever the case is, you know, we're not in that woman's mind, but she wanted, you know, John off the street because he was selling bricks and he got his little lifestyle, whatever the case is. But then that got old. You know, you can't sell drugs the way you did 10 years ago, hell, 20 years ago. So their mentality is just kind of just the same way as dudes too, though. But it's like, it ain't no racial thing or whatever the case is, but that's in every individual. But it's just the understanding. Why would you choose? Not saying that you can't choose somebody that didn't go to college, but why would you choose something that was a bad decision and you already knew it from jump?
Right.
For what? Because he got street cred, because he got whatever. So I think it's on the women too, you know. And if I try to holler at old Kim or whatever, you know, years ago, now Kim want to holler at me, I'm saying that down. Like, nah, I'm good. I'm gonna go over here to, you know, Hao Ching from Asia or Becky, you know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people get tired of just taking their own because they want to see something different. Like, you know, so choosing a career. You know, what position in sports you play. You know, you put your mind to it, you do it. So some people put their mind on a different race and say, hey, because if you're happy, you're happy. We all bleed red. We all got a heart. You know, so whatever makes you happy at the end of the day, I think is just what individuals should go on. But they're scrutinized by the society saying, why are you dating that white girl? You're going to go to jail or whatever the case is. So it's already in our mind. We don't get the support that we need at the beginning.
Y'all think we ought to be offended? You think they ought to be offended when a black man dates outside of his race? That's one thing I want to know. Why is that so offensive when the women are chasing happiness and the man chasing happiness? Why are they so offended? Why is that so offensive? Because he chose somebody that looks different than you. He would have chose a black woman that's different than you. You still wouldn't have him. Why is that so offensive?
But when a black girl go get a white dude, then it's like, oh, girl, you upgraded. Oh, that's what they get compliments. Like, so I did outside my race, then the dude get put down. So, hey, I don't know. We're going to need some women on the line on the next one.
Exactly. We're going to have to pull it.
classy, intellectual women.
Well, any final thought on here? Because I know we're going on an hour and a half or whatever. Great conversations, and so we're gonna have to pick it up on part 2, and hopefully, like Joe said, get at least some ladies on here and the rest of the fellas. But as we close out, any other thing y'all fellas want to say?
Yeah,
I would say on like relationships.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying on like your kids. One thing I said with my daughter, because I know she was curious, I said, well, hey, you like the dude? Let me meet him.
Mm-hmm.
He wants to come over. Y'all go in the living room. I'll order y'all some pizza. That way, it's building a different kind of trust instead of just like, oh, I'll take, come visit my home about 2-3 times before I just say, hey, yeah, y'all go to the movies
Mm-hmm.
alone or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You know what we did back in the day. So I would just say, try to encourage, not saying that encourage dating, but if they start dating, try to be a part of it and understanding with it and just develop some more trust.
And I would add to that also, as fathers, we need to know, as fathers with daughters, we need to know what these guys' fathers are like. You know what I mean? Doesn't necessarily mean that young man is going to be like that, but 9 times out of 10, it's where he learns.
Mm-hmm.
Whether dad's absent or whether dad's a tyrant. What kind of lessons are he learning as far as being a man? So you definitely want to do that background check. But I enjoyed all of this. This has been good. Gerald Pimpleton, is that what it is?
Yes, sir.
Man, I'm gonna see you. I'm gonna definitely be in touch with you, man. I'm gonna see, and if we're not friends on Facebook, I'm gonna send you a friend request, man. All of you guys, if y'all are not friends with me, man, hit me up. Send me a friend request, man. We'd love to, keep in touch and link up, man, and build some type of networking. Maybe we can build some type of networking out of this to strengthen us all in different areas. Never too old to stop learning, man.
All right.
Absolutely. I loved it.
So we know who we're talking to. Give your name and before we bow out. This Rufus host.
Yes, sir. Andrew Davis.
Gerald Pimpleton. Gerald A. Pimpleton.
Joe Hernandez. Son of Joe.
Justin Johnson. JJ Works.
All right. I think Demarcus was on here, but that was Demarcus Davidson. And so I appreciate you fellas, and we'll link up again, and this is real good, and we'll get the audio out so y'all can, share it and let the community hear it, and we all can grow from it, all right?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Thanks,
Y'all be safe.
Yes, sir.
Y'all be good. All right, y'all be good.
Uh-huh.
All right, later.
We want to thank you all for listening to this hour and a half special right here on this great platform that you're listening to us on. And so for more about the fellas, as well as the next time we'll do another round table, you can visit my website at RH3Show.com or check out any of these guys on Facebook, and we'll be sharing the information. We thank you so much for listening. Know that we love you for real, and always remember to live every day, laugh every moment, and to love God, love yourself, and love other people beyond words. For more about me or this broadcast, you can visit my website at therh3show.com. Take care. Talk to you soon. Peace.
From the old man into the new man. From the old man into the new man. We made it from the old man into the new man. We made a new, and it's cause we've been given a new life. We're living into Christ and our sins are gone. Thank God that he the need to make us free indeed. Now the world was one. So now so living him his praise. I think it would take said, but I'm not there for try. Let the redeemed say so. Remade it as him to fulfill God's way. So we can stand tall and we will not sway. So the non-believers can look at our lives and take notes. Yeah, cause we're the word redeemed, yo. Waking up live like a cappuccino. I know what he done for me, so I can get up and praise him to a world redeemed, yo. I knew I gotta bring you down, baby, because they call me to switch. Go ahead, 'cause I know I